What if I told you a fifth-round quarterback with no real weapons, a broken O-line, and zero real practice time just ranked top 5 in the NFL, above Josh Allen?
I think what you see is elite playmaking ability. That's in him. You've seen it. We've seen it. You saw it in college. You saw it on tape last year. Sure, there's a ways to go, but what rookie isn't? I mean, what first-year player doesn't have a long way to go? So I'm excited to get started with him and all of our quarterbacks and all of our players.
Weapons, no practice time, despite all of that, Shedeur Sanders has cracked the top 5. Here are the top 10 NFL quarterbacks in total explosive plays per game for the 2024 season. This list combines passing plays of 20-plus yards and rushing plays of 10-plus yards. Lamar Jackson was number 1. Jaden Daniels was number 2. Joe Burrow was number 3. Jared Goff was number 4 in explosive plays. And Shedeur Sanders right here at number 5, slightly above Josh Allen. Okay.
Let me ask you something real quick. What if I told you that a quarterback drafted in the 5th round handed a broken offensive line, a number 1 receiver who led the entire league in drops, 0 offseason practice time? What if I told you that same quarterback just cracked the top 5 in one of the most important statistical categories in the NFL? Not top 20, not top 10, top 5, right above Josh Allen, right there with Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, and Jared Goff. His name is Shedeur Sanders, and if you have been sleeping on this man, today is the day you wake up.
Regardless of what the naysayers are saying, we know what we saw with our 2 eyes, and we know that Shedeur Sanders showed us a lot of potential amidst having a number 1 receiver who was like 2nd in the league in drops in Jerry Jeudy, a horrible offensive line and all of those things. But despite all of that, the lack of weapons, no practice time, despite all of that.
To say Shedeur Sanders arrived in the NFL with high expectations would be an understatement, but that's nothing new for this Browns quarterback. Football has always been a part of Sanders' life. His father, Dion, is a member of both the Pro Football and College Football Hall of Fame, and from an early age, Shedeur learned what preparation, accountability, and confidence demand, and how necessary they are if you're going to stay in the bright lights.
A lot of people don't understand it's a lot more adversity than you think, just even being the son of Deion Sanders.
At Trinity Christian High School in Texas, with Dion calling the offense, Shedeur led his team to a state championship while developing the calm, controlled style that would define his game. That approach carried over to college. Across 2 seasons at Jackson State, Sanders posted a 23-3 record as a starter, becoming one of the most efficient quarterbacks in college football. In 2022, he was named SWAC Offensive Player of the Year, but he craved a bigger stage. In 2023, Sanders took his game to Colorado and changed the program's trajectory. Over 2 seasons, he rewrote the school's record book, finishing his career as Colorado's all-time leader in passing touchdowns. In 2024, he posted a 165.9 passer rating and earned Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year honors. The NFL draft didn't go as anyone expected, least of all Shedeur. But he stayed ready, and when the call came from the Browns with the 144th pick, Sanders knew he'd found an opportunity. Draft position only defines where the journey starts. Down that road, learning the NFL game, staying prepared, and striking when the moment was right. By the end of the year, in 8 games, Shedeur threw for 1,400 yards and 7 touchdowns and was named to the Pro Bowl as a reserve. To decompress off the field, Shedeur trades one stage for another, expressing himself through music. It's another reflection of confidence built through preparation. The only attention he's truly seeking is to the details.
Before we get into these numbers, and trust me, these numbers are wild, I need you to understand something first. I need you to really understand the environment that this young man was thrown into. When Shedeur Sanders got to Cleveland, this was not a fresh start with a team ready to compete. This was a franchise in the middle of one of the messiest situations in modern NFL history. The Deshaun Watson contract disaster had drained the salary cap, pulled away draft picks, and left an offensive line that looked like it was assembled from leftover parts. His number one receiver, Jerry Jeudy, finished the 2024 season second in the entire league in drops. Let that sink in for a second. The guy Shedeur was supposed to trust the most on big throws, one of the most unreliable hands in the league that year. On top of all of that, no real offseason, no full practice time to learn an NFL system. He was thrown into the fire and told to survive. And you know what? He did not just survive. He showed us something that the numbers are now starting to prove. Okay, here is the stat you need to screenshot and send to every single person who has ever doubted Shedeur Sanders. The top 10 NFL quarterbacks in total explosive plays per game for the 2024 season. This list combines passing plays of 20-plus yards and rushing plays of 10-plus yards. It is one of the cleanest measurements of how dangerous a quarterback truly is on any given snap. Number 1, Lamar Jackson, the reigning MVP. No surprise there. Number 2, Jaden Daniels, the incredible rookie out of Washington. Number 3, Joe Burrow, one of the most talented passers in the game right now. Number 4, Jared Goff, a proven veteran leading one of the most explosive offenses in football. And number 5, Shedeur Sanders. 4 explosive plays per game, 3 explosive passes, 1 explosive run in 7 starts, with everything I just described going against him, and he ranked number 5 on this list, sitting above Josh Allen, who most people consider a top 2 or 3 quarterback in the entire league. This is not an opinion. This is not hype. This is a documented statistical fact. And it matters more than people are giving it credit for right now.
So despite what some of the anybody but Shedeur Mafia says, he has clearly shown flashes of what he can do, okay? And I want to take a look at 92.3 The Fan. As Daryl Ryder and Nick, they spoke about Shedeur Sanders still has a high ceiling. But, you know, there are some things that he didn't do so well in the 2025 season that the Browns must see if it develops.
Now, here is where this story gets even more powerful, and I want you to pay close attention to this part. Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, is not a man who throws around empty compliments. He is a serious football mind. He has coached at the highest levels of college football in the NFL. He has developed quarterbacks. He knows what he is looking at when he studies film. And right now, Todd Monken is building his entire 2025 offensive system around what Shedeur Sanders showed him in those 7 starts. Think about what that means. A coach with that kind of resume looked at 7 games played under the worst possible conditions and said, "This is my guy. We are going to take what he showed us and we are going to build on it." That is not a coaching staff going through the motions. That is not a team just keeping a 5th-round pick around to avoid embarrassment. That is a genuine football mind who sees something real, something that the stats are now backing up in black and white. When the people closest to the situation, the coaches, the staff, the people inside that building every single day, when they believe in you, that means something. And right now, Todd Monken believes in Shedeur Sanders. Now look, I am going to be real with you, because that is what this channel is built on. I am not here to paint a fake picture or just hype you up without giving you the full story. There are legitimate concerns about Shedeur Sanders heading into 2025. He was sacked more than 20 times in those 7 starts. He threw more interceptions than touchdown passes. Those are real numbers. Those are real challenges that cannot be ignored, and any honest football fan has to acknowledge them. Even people who genuinely want to see him succeed, analysts who follow this team every single day, have said publicly that they cannot look past what they saw last year. They would still start Shedeur over any other option on that roster right now, but they also know there is serious work to be done. And here's the thing, Shedeur Sanders knows it too. That is what makes this story so compelling. He is not sitting back coasting on potential or riding his last name. He is in the facility. He is working with Monken. He is studying the game. He is preparing. Because he understands that the ceiling everybody is talking about can only be reached through consistent, relentless effort. And everything we have seen from this young man tells us he is putting that effort in every single day.
They could not average 17 points per game last year. They struggled scoring in the red zone. Heck, there were games where they struggled to get first down.
Could I tell you, though, Daryl, the piece of this that sickens me is that I argued it felt like every day with people when they were trying to figure out, are we keeping Baker? Are we getting rid of Baker? Are we chasing Deshaun? What's real? What's not? Everybody said if you hold on to Baker, you could kiss Myles Garrett goodbye. Myles Garrett would not sign up to come back and play with Baker Mayfield on that fifth-year option.
But let me take a step back here and talk about what this really means, because this is so much bigger than a stat list. Shedeur Sanders has carried something heavy his entire career. He grew up under the brightest spotlight in college football, the son of one of the most polarizing and celebrated figures in the history of this sport. Every step he took was analyzed. Every throw was publicly graded. Every completion and every incompletion played out in front of an audience that either loved him deeply or was waiting for him to fail. When he fell to the 5th round of the NFL draft, despite being arguably the most technically polished quarterback in that entire class, it felt like a message. Not from scouts who evaluated him fairly, not from coaches who watched his film, but from a process that sometimes makes decisions based on things that have absolutely nothing to do with football ability. And Shedeur Sanders? He did not complain. He did not go online and air out grievances. He showed up to Cleveland, put his head down, and went to work. In 7 starts into his NFL career, with almost nothing around him, he produced explosive play numbers that only 4 other quarterbacks in the entire league could match. America has always loved a comeback story. America has always respected the man who gets knocked down and gets back up with class, with purpose, and with his integrity fully intact. That is Shedeur Sanders right now. And this right here, this is only chapter 1. Top 5. With a broken roster, with no practice time, with receivers dropping footballs in year 1 of his NFL career. I said it before, and I will keep saying it. Do not let anybody sell you on the idea that Shedeur Sanders is just a famous name. He is a player. And in 2025, with Todd Monken building a real offensive system around him, with a full offseason to develop, with weapons that can actually make plays, we have not even come close to seeing what this man is capable of. The doubters are going to keep doubting. That is completely fine. We saw what we saw with our own eyes. The statistics now confirm what we saw, and the journey that this young man is on is one that the entire country is about to start paying close attention to. This is not the end of the Shedeur Sanders story. This is the beginning. And if you believe in him, if you believe in the process, if you respect the grind, if you love real football and real human stories, then I need you to do one thing for me right now. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, because we are going to be here every single step of the way as this story continues to unfold. And I promise you, you do not want to miss what is coming next. I am keeping the vision. I hope you are keeping it with me.